Look at the Missouri state borders. While most of the Arkansas border with Missouri is along the 36 degrees and 30 minutes latitude line, it runs in the northwest corner. The interstate boundary then extends downward along the St. Francis River to 36 degrees north, where it then descends, which caused about 980 square miles to penetrate the state of Arkansas and Missouri to acquire this area. While culturally and economically, this area has more in common with Arkansas than with the rest of the state of Missouri. So why does the Missouri Panhandle exist, and why does it not belong to the state of Arkansas? Welcome to another video from Geography Tour channel. Missouri Bluefield is located in the southeast of the state of Missouri in the United States and extends to the south of 36 degrees and 30 minutes of north latitude, and its shape is similar to the heel of a boot compared to the rest of the state. To express exact, it consists of the counties of Dunklin, New Madrid, and Pemiscot, and a population of about 62,000 people lives in this area, with a density of 36 people per square mile. When Missouri was admitted to the Union, its original boundary was proposed as the extension of the 36 degrees and 30 minutes north parallel, which formed the boundary between Kentucky and Tennessee, which excluded the Bluefield. One of the influential figures in the Missouri Panhandle process was John Hardman Walker, a prominent cattleman from a small village in Missouri. Walker played an important role in local efforts to ensure that his vast lands and political power remained in the new state of Missouri, rather than becoming part of the emerging Arkansas Territory. He argued that the area had more in common with the Mississippi River towns of Cape Girardeau, St. Genevieve, and St. Louis in Missouri than with its proposed annexation into Arkansas Territory, a border about 50 miles north of the 36th parallel. Following it parallel was about 30 miles to the junction of the St. Francis River. Then following that river north to about 36 degrees and 30 minutes parallel due west of Campbell, Missouri. John Hardman Walker became a large and potentially influential landowner when he purchased large tracts of land from people who left the area after the New Madrid earthquakes of 1811 to 1812. Also in 1812, the state of Louisiana was formed from the original Louisiana Territory purchased from France in 1803. The remainder of the Louisiana Territory being renamed the Missouri Territory. When the government established the territory of the first 5 counties in the state of Missouri, Walker's land, as a part of New Madrid County, was also considered an important part of the state. That in 1818, the first petition to form the state of Missouri was presented to Congress, although statehood did not occur until 1821, and between these dates, in 1819, Congress wanted to divide a new territory of Arkansas, which effectively created southern Missouri. That original line was drawn flat on the 36 degrees and 30 minutes line, which meant that Walker's land would be under territorial government, and a new government at that, instead of being included in the emerging state of Missouri. And according to an unusual story in various versions, the Missouri Pavilion was added to Missouri because of the request of some Missourians to remain in the state. From 1880 to 1930, the population in the area more than tripled as more workers moved in and cotton became the main crop for the newly imported farmers. Meanwhile, interesting events occurred that also affected population growth of the region. In fact, in those years, the blight ruined the cotton crop in Arkansas, and planters moved to the Bluefield to improve their living conditions, bought new land or leased it from insurance companies that had invested in the area, and hired thousands of black farmers as laborers. This led to problems of racism in the region, as white tenant farmers attacked black laborers imported by landowners from the south in 1910. This competition between white workers and black workers led to a period of intense racial violence that led to war in New Madrid, Charleston, and Cartersville. Today, many officials have suggested that the Missouri region gave its birth to Arkansas, and there is no doubt that this region has always been a federal state, and the only person from the region who served as governor of Missouri was Warren G. Harnes from Charleston. However, the economic and cultural history of this region has never been completely similar to the neighboring counties of Arkansas. Nevertheless, at the University of Arkansas, Missouri students make up 4.5% of the student body, with most of them coming from Butler County. It's also interesting to note that evidence of a connection between the Booth and northeastern Arkansas appeared surprisingly in 2010 when the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers did not approve part of the levee systems in Missouri and Arkansas that had been upgraded by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which also transfers 100-year flood burdens from the government to property owners who will be required to purchase flood insurance, until now unnecessary, which has placed more areas in eastern Arkansas within the floodplain, including Jonesboro Industrial Park and all of Mississippi County. As a result, Pemiscot County exists as a historical anomaly due to complex interplay of geographical, cultural, and economic factors. Its geographical location in relation to Mississippi County's decline, shared history, and economic relations with neighboring Arkansas have created strong connections, challenging traditional state borders, and because people in this region wanted to stay in Missouri, they were able to persuade Congress to stay in this state. Thank you very much for being with me until the next video, and I'll see you in another video.